Plug and Play Podcast. What is up, good people? We are back. It's the Plug and Play Podcast, Season 0, Episode 4. It is 1 week away until the fated arrival of Sparking Zero. And I got the homie Jay with me, of course, to celebrate this moment.
Yeah, man.
Not only that, we got a very special guest, the first guest of the Plug and Play Podcast. He is a homie of the Lookout Network. Shout out to Skip. Not Skip. My bad, dog. It is Sid. Damn, I fucked that up. I fucked that up hard. Hold on. We're going to take this over. We're going to take this over way back.
Man.
We're going to run this back.
Yeah, you was trying to get through that one too fast, bro.
I was. Damn. My bad, Sid.
You right. It is.
All right.
Nah, you good.
What's going on, bro? Fuck it. We just going to keep it going. My bad, dog. I'm going to blame it on the drink. Shout out to your name.
Shout out to my name. What's good? What's good, man? Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while since we did one of these. I think the last one we did was...
I think it was
either Dr. Stone or Promised Neverland?
I think it was Dr. Stone back on Big Eyes. And it's been a good little minute since we had Big Eyes.
Yeah, bro. I know. But everything's been so busy. Everyone's been so busy. LJ busy being a father. Like, there's a lot going on.
Oh, speaking of LJ, shout out to Mills and LJ. The Lookout is back. Just dropped the episode on the finale of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's a lot of heated discussion in that.
I like that episode a lot, for real.
There's a lot going on in that one. I think everybody should go take a listen to that if you haven't already. But we are back with a couple of more episodes of the Plug and Play Podcast Season 0. We had to have Sid join along. I almost did it again.
I heard. Yeah. So close.
So close.
Damn. Yeah.
I heard. Crazy.
My bad, homie. But yeah,
you good,
how you been, man? What's been going on? Like, you been playing any games? What's been going on with you?
I've been super chilling. Gaming wise, honestly, I've been talking about it with Jay. Like, I've been on the retro stuff recently. So like, I recently had found my PlayStation 2 after I moved, and I was like, wow, like let me see what I can find. First games I found were Budokai 3 and Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
The classics, man.
Yeah, and those are two games I could not feel like two different sides of the spectrum about.
Yeah.
It's really, really funny because like if you know me and you've heard me talk about like this Sparking Zero game and everything like that, like I'm just like, like Budokai 3 kind of offered me everything that I like. I don't even really like the destructive stages and stuff like I don't even care for like the 3D fighter aspect of it. Like I hate moving around. I think there was one time I was messing around in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and shout out to the early developers because Frieza couldn't sense energy up until a certain point. Like he couldn't lock on the right way in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. So like the computer will really lose you for hours and hours and hours on end, and they really won't find you if they're not locked on because they can't sense energy. So like cool development in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, but like I just think that's too much. But yeah, either way, that's what I've been that Guitar Hero. I played Budokai 2 because I was playing Monopoly with some friends and talked about,
same shit.
Talked about like guide maps and stuff like that, and I was like, yo, the map I remember like having to like go to the map with the Cybermen and stuff like that against Nappa, and you put him in the way. And then I've been playing like I've been on the emulator stuff too, so like Boo's Fury and Legacy of Goku 2, which I think are like cream of the crop Dragon Ball Z games like as a whole.
Really fun games. I actually just started playing Boo's Fury on my 3DS as well, man. Like,
literally,
something about that experience. Yeah,
right.
yeah, man. something about that entire experience of just being able to play like essentially the dub, right? The way we watched
Right.
it is just really fun for the nostalgia factor for sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the Sensu Bean pack at the beginning of the game?
No, I haven't gotten very far into the game myself yet at all. This is my first time playing it.
Okay, so if you want like unlimited life, basically, when Gohan gets the Sensu Bean for Videl,
okay,
like train and eat the Sensu Bean.
I just passed
Yeah.
that. Fuck.
Yeah, train and eat the Sensu Bean. After that,
Okay.
and then you go and give it to her. And then after that, for the rest of the game, you have 999 of them. Yeah.
Oh, bet.
Just like in
Oh.
yeah, and then like the
I like me an
invincibility
easy
code.
run, baby.
Yeah, and like the invincibility code and Legacy of Goku 1 at the Shenron screen, up, down, left, right, BA, and the only time you can die is on Snake Way.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Like
no
when you're-
idea about that either. But it's been so long since I played Legacy of Goku 1 that I can see how I would have missed that one. Because once 2 came out, I don't think I ever looked back.
Don't go back to.
Oh yeah, no, Legacy of Goku 1 kind of sucks. Like
Yeah,
it
really
kind of
does.
awful.
Compared to like it's not really it's like going from NES Zelda game to Link to the Past. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just this is
the
a whole
hop
different
was
experience.
huge from 1 to 2. Yeah.
It's a lot of great games that we've had so far, though. Like I appreciate them for the evolution that they've had coming so far.
Right.
So like, I wouldn't recommend it. Also, like I'm not going back, but I'm planning to finish Blues Fury. I'm kind of upset that was a glitch because I just passed that. Like I got to Baba. Yeah. So I might. It's not that far in, so I ain't gonna probably restart it. But like
Yeah.
Going through the Saiyaman arc though, it's kind of annoying.
I liked it. I ain't gonna hold you.
I liked it too, but like I've played this game, I don't know, maybe like 10, 15 times now.
Yeah. See, so when you're getting through the beginning stuff, it's like this is not even why I'm playing this game at this point.
Yeah, and then like they do movie arcs too in that game too. It's such a crazy experience, bro. Like you go to Nadade Village and fight Broly with Goten and
Movie
Trunks.
10. That's sick.
Yeah,
that's sick.
And then you also had Fusion Reborn. Like, dog, there's so much going on in that game. It's so much fun, dude.
Dragon Ball games are great. I don't know what people.
We was just talking about it last week, man. Those handheld era, it just gave us such a plethora of different ways to enjoy the Dragon Ball story that, like, even if you were to drop somebody who's new into Dragon Ball and say like, hey, yo, I've got this 3DS, I've got all these modded games, play these games, right? They would be like, no, okay, I get what the fuck this is about, right?
Yeah.
Between like Attack of the Saiyans, Origins 1 and 2, the Legacy of Goku games, like you could get the whole Dragon Ball through Dragon Ball Z experience.
It's a wide variety. Like, and there's a crazy thing where it's like, you have the RPGs that people probably wouldn't really like think about, but I think it's the best way to experience Dragon Ball because it originally started out as an adventure series. So like you get a chance to actually go along with Goku. And even with like when I was playing Fusions, when you recommended Fusions to me, the fact that it's its own story, but it tells a lot of different what if type of mechanics and everything, and it tells its own way of going through a lot of different mechanics of Dragon Ball. There's a whole lot that goes on in the handheld space where we only really get like the fighting games nowadays. Like everybody focuses on the hand-to-hand combat 1v1, and it's a good type of game where you can play with your friends or whatever like that, especially nowadays where it's not too much local co-op unless you go over somebody's house. But because we have the online aspect nowadays, it's a good way to keep everybody engaged together. So that's why I think that's one of the biggest reasons Sparking Zero is going to be so beloved, because it's a universal thing around the world that everybody can share with all the different type of modes, mechanics that you have in the game that they've just been showcasing. It's just going to blow everything out the water. I think it's going to be the best-selling Dragon Ball game. I feel like it is. The pre-orders.
It might wind up being the best-selling anime game for real. Like, just if you look at Steam right now, like it's literally #1 in like pre-order sales, like beating everything. Not even just like #1 in like action adventure or number one in Japanese game. Like, no, just number one in general, right? And like that's, even though Steam is not really the end all be all of where the entire player base is gonna be, we all know that, you know, PS5, Xbox is where people are gonna be because it's just easier, right? But that sign already is pretty huge.
I was gonna ask, is it crossplay like on release?
I wish it was crossplay. That's one thing they've been asked about, like that it just hasn't been implemented at this point yet. Once they get to that, bro, like that's
I don't understand how you don't launch a game like this with crossplay, because like how do you, like, it's kind of like the NCAA thing. Like this is what we've been waiting for God knows how long at this point. Like, and we've gotten like some cool games here and there. Like we got a Raging Blast. We got
it was like a Battle of Gods or something.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Battle of Z.
Yeah, one. It originally came out only in like the arcade games in Japan.
Yeah, there was a game that it was based on that was like that, Zenkai Royale, and then it got put on the PS3 as Battle of Z.
So my little brother, he played the arcade game in Japan because that's where they used to live.
Yeah.
So like he told me about it like when Battle of the Gods came out, and I was like, bro, what the hell are you talking about right now? Like that's not a thing. And then it's wild. Like it was absolutely wild how how diverse all of these games are and everything. Oh man, like for someone myself who's not like a huge Dragon Ball fan, like a Dragon Ball game is probably like I'll probably spend like the money on it every time.
Yeah,
for sure.
The experience is just always gonna hit you in one way or another, even if the game's not for you, right? Like the gameplay itself, like it's like no, like there might be something in the story or like the exposition or the adventure in and of itself. There's always gonna be something for everybody.
And I think like we've you know, there was a time in Dragon Ball gaming history where we were just like, damn, they re-rocking the same story over and over again. Like it's just the same thing. There's so many ways you can tell it. But I think because enough time has passed and this certain type of gameplay aspect or gameplay design has been kind of long gone, I think we can appreciate it a little bit more, especially now that there is new Dragon Ball content to look forward to in the game.
That's true. And we don't have like the yearly releases anymore like it was like we talk about the Budokai era and the handheld era, but let's be real, the reason why there are so many games in that period of time is because Bandai was like, this is not an IP that's new. In order for us to be able to do anything with it, we gotta license it and do this on a regular scale in order to try to make anything off the Dragon Ball IP. So we wound up getting the yearly Budokais, right? The Legacy of Goku's, the Budokai Tenkaichi's, like we'll talk about today, right? But like this is kind of where that entire era of, damn, there's a new Dragon Ball game all the time now, like really starts. Because we never even would have considered being tired of Dragon Ball games even 3 years before this happens.
Yeah, I can very vividly remember when like they were just pushing out different Dragon Ball. Like there was Dragon Ball Super World, like that was weird, like Super Ultra World or something like that.
Infinite World.
Yeah.
Infinite World.
That came out like shortly after Budokai Tenkaichi 3 or Budokai 3. Okay,
Tenkaichi 3. Yeah, it was built with the Budokai engine, which it's essentially a Budokai 4. But the crazy thing is, right? So we get through this era and we think we've seen everything we need to see. Right. So because a lot of us skipped Infinite World, we don't realize like some of the stuff we wanted in Budokai 3 is actually in Infinite World. Like we got cutscenes back with the Budokai engine. Yes, we got cutscenes back. We got mini games back. Yeah, I went back and played Infinite World recently, and it's like, oh wow, no, like this is a sleeper. It really is. It's a sleeper.
I'm gonna have to buy it on eBay tomorrow. Okay, that's all right.
Hey, you know where to go. You don't need to buy that.
Oh, actually, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
exactly
because it's like 100.
You're right.
It's 100 on eBay, bro. I'm telling you.
Ooh.
It's a
Okay, yeah. I'm going local.
Yeah.
I'm going local. So someone will find it somewhere for me. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. Before we actually dive into the main topic, I kind of just want to get through some of the other game releases that are coming out because it's October. We only got it a week away, but there's also a whole bunch of
big
games. You know what I'm saying?
Big month.
We got Until Dawn, Silent Hill 2, Metaphor ReFantazio, Super Mario Party, Batman Arkham Shadow, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Sonic X Shadow Generations, Life is Strange, Dragon Age, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. You know, these are all a bunch of like different type of games that are coming out, and I think, you know, if Sparking Zero ain't for you, you know, there might be someone on this list that is. But
oh yeah,
I am going to be super into. It was the second to last one you said.
Oh, Horizon Zero.
No. Before that.
Life is Strange, Dragon Age.
Sonic.
Oh yes,
Sonic Shadow Generations. Yes. Yeah, man.
My TikTok For You page has been nothing but like Sonic singing the hits. Like, so like it's been like there was one where like Sonic's like, yo, I'm alone, and he starts singing like Where Our Blue Is from JJK. So like Sonic is like a very big part of my personality right now. So like Shadow Generations, and then the fact that Shadow just doesn't like Tails in every single form of whatever media that they're like, the fact that he finds a way to punch Tails in the face every single time, I love it. Shadow was such a hater, and leading into Sonic 3, oh man, I'm gonna have such a good time with Shadow Generations.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. It really is a year of Shadow for real. Like seeing so much dedicated to that character. Like I feel old, but at the same time I feel like hell yeah. Like I'm glad we get to see it, man. Sonic Generations in and of itself, like I know we talked about this last time, but it's a great fucking game. Like that's one of the true, like, no, like this is how you capture the essence of early and like modern Sonic in the same thing. So for it to be a whole remaster with Shadow included, I'm really excited for that.
Not only that, but I've been
I'm literally downloading Generations right now.
I've heard that it's going to be just as large as Sonic Generations. So it's basically like a whole expansion DLC. So like,
oh, Shadow's thing is gonna be its own like whole game. That's sick. That's sick.
Means we have to watch that poor little girl die again. Like,
I've been seeing some clips now. I don't know if they've been showing. I don't know if it's a what ifs or whatever. And they've been showing some clips where he might go back in time and stop that from happening. And that got me curious the most. I really want to see. They've been hitting it.
Would not be surprised. They're about to put a whole theater through that. So it's going to be a whole new generation of kids that are going to be like, no, I want to save Maria.
Yeah, man. What a sad story. Sonic is so cool.
Yeah,
I love it.
It is.
Let's go ahead and get started into the main topic. We're going to go ahead and press start on to the Budokai Tenkaichi Trilogy.
Rated T for teen.
Yes! Want to go again? There we go. Another one? Again? Keep playing? One more? Another one? Yes! Want to go again? Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 has online for Wii, Disc Fusion for the PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system, and over 150 playable characters. How long will you play?
Want to go again?
Huh? What? Where?
In stores now.
Cramp. Oh.
Am I allowed to say that, like, I don't like them? Is that okay?
No, actually, that's fine. That's fine because I love them so much. It's better that they hear somebody also be like, "Hey, I have a different opinion," because I'm cool. I'm just like the biggest fucking.
They're just. What do you like about them? Tell me what you like about them.
Oh no, I'm gonna get to it and then we can.
Yeah. We're gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in real time. We can do that in real time.
I'm gonna because this is gonna be kind of like differing on.
But I didn't make them, so I'm not gonna defend them, and I'm completely open to everything you got to say. I just want you to know that.
Right. No, yeah.
I didn't. I'm not. I don't work at Spike. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
This is a different developer. For those who don't know, it is Spike Chunsoft. They're most notably known for the Danganronpa series, and they've also worked on Dragon Quest. So like them coming over to make Sparking series, Budokai Tenkaichi over here. Um, it is a varying and a vastly different approach. Not vastly different, but it's a
Yeah,
good, very different approach
it
compared to
is.
Budokai.
No, it really is. These are the boys that did like Fire Pro Wrestling. You know what I mean? Like they're completely going out of their like normal
Mm-hmm.
wheelhouse of this sort of game. The Sparking series, just as a whole, man, like coming off of the Budokai games, a lot like what Sid said earlier. You can play Budokai 3 and really feel like I've got everything I needed from this, right?
Big
There
facts.
it covers all the major like real moments that you would want to like consider in a game as of 2005. Like if I'm thinking about this, like I don't know that there's ever going to be a Beerus or nothing like that, right? This is a complete experience for real.
Mm-hmm.
And
Budokai
GT.
Tenkaichi. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I mean. Yeah, like you've got your Super Saiyan 4s, right? You've got
Yeah.
your
You
you've got your
Sin
references to
Shenron, Mega
the
Shenron,
specials.
Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
you know? So it's everything is kind of covered in Budokai 3. What I personally like that the Sparking series did is that it took a style of gameplay that really had only been in one other game. That was Dragon Ball Z The Legend on PS1, where the game was less about you doing the fight and more about you are playing the manga, right? So on that game, you would have three little sprite characters versus however, like one to three sprite characters on the other side, right? And instead of it being like, oh, like we're chipping away each other's health, there was like a gauge at the bottom that was like of your basically momentum. It would be red and blue, and then you would have to like beat them, and it would do like a attack that person's super attack once you did it or whatever, right? But that was the only game where you could fly around as the characters and like do a battle, as opposed to it just being like, oh, we're on the ground, now we're in the air, now we're kind of, you know what I mean? Like you could have Krillin and Gohan flying in, and then they're beating up on Vegeta around you while you're Piccolo, and you know what I mean? Like y'all are jumping them, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that game was really big about you can press start, it'll show you like the characters on the sidelines, like they're talking to each other while you're in the menu screen. Like it was a whole different experience from everything Dragon Ball had. And they took the essence of, okay, now you're playing moments from Dragon Ball instead of it just being a fighting game of Dragon Ball. But it gave you that more modern aspect instead of it being PS1 where it's cameras all out and you're seeing the whole battle. Now it's third person perspective. And that was just something only Dragon Ball Z Sagas, a game we don't talk about ever,
I
had
love
tried that
Sagas.
sort of
I love
like
Sagas. Oh my
perspective.
gosh.
But like that was you're constantly on the ground, right? And while that is cool for like its time and having like this little like adventure where you're kind of like going through and doing a beat 'em up, this kind of marries those two. Like, okay, I'm playing as this character. I'm not just like choosing this character to be my avatar. Like I'm doing this, what this guy would do. I'm flying around the way this guy would fly around. Like that. It was brand new. It was an entirely different aspect on playing Dragon Ball games compared to like what we were normally getting or what we were used to, really.
Yeah, I agree. I do think it was very much a different experience, and it was a great experience, I'll say. I think like you said, and this is like, me as who I am more
Yeah.
I'm more of the fly around and do the adventure aspect of a game as
Mhm.
opposed to the recreation of the biggest moments, because to me that's where Budokai Tenkaichi 3 I thought could get kind of monotonous and boring, like when they're just giving you like the pieces of the storyline. So like you just have the movie arc instead of like going to a place to activate the movie arc. Like like I would rather have to go to the place and like play through that as opposed to just like clicking and saying like, all right, here's the biggest moment. Like I like the build up, like no one really cares for like Gohan and Piccolo training. But like to me, that is where the development of Gohan starts, and the development of Gohan starts, and that's how you get the development of Trunks, and the development of Trunks is how you get the androids, and et cetera, et cetera. And those are like my three favorite characters: Gohan, Trunks, and Android 17. So like, the humanity moments of Dragon Ball Z are what are big and feel cool and nice to me, and that's why I like Budokai 3 more than Budokai Tenkaichi. But I will say with Budokai Tenkaichi, that series as a whole, not just Budokai Tenkaichi 3, they really decided to take it to the max when it came to like exhibiting how these powers are, and what 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 a fight in Dragon Ball Z would look like. Like, probably yes, every time someone squares up, it should be some sort of environmental altering squabble, no matter what. They use hands or energy or whatever. So that's like the fun aspect of it, and like the teleportation, and being able to punch people like through rocks, and it doesn't just start like the animated cutscene. You can actually like follow them through and teleport behind them. It made it feel like it's very rewarding to unlock a character like Gogeta, or like get those fusion characters, or get like the super fast characters, and be like, yo, like I can actually like whoop someone's ass like through a mountain if I really want to, which is fun. For sure. Fun.
You can see like that's what really, like, especially if we're talking about just the jump from Budokai 3 into Tenkaichi 1, right? Yeah. Like, this is the first time where we've got like dozens of characters in there. Like more than 2 dozen, right? Like at most you would have like 25, 30 characters around that range, but that was like pushing it in some of these games. This is the first time where we've got like almost 100 characters, right? And I think what you mentioned with Budokai Tenkaichi 3, that's absolutely true. Where it kind of like, it's like, oh, play these little moments. But I think that's really because the exhaustion that people had after Tenkaichi 1 and 2. Because Tenkaichi 1 and 2 does get really granular in like, no, like we're going to play as Gohan training with Piccolo. Now it's Krillin and Tien and Yamcha training against Saiyans. Now it's those first couple of games, they go through all of those.
This is what I like about this is what I both like and hate about Budokai Tenkaichi 2 in particular, because it saw that in Budokai Tenkaichi 1, where it's like, okay, this is a little bit more straightforward, and then you have like your little what ifs scenarios of you can play through each of these different characters and their views on these moments. But in 2, they tried to go back to the Budokai 3 formula of flying around the world and trying to do the, those moments and being involved as that character. And I can say I do like that you can select, like as you do the Saiyan Saga, you can play as Gohan, Tien, all of these things up to like Nappa. Whoever's involved in that arc, you can group them together and like actually have them in those fights all together. And you can like cycle them out. It's like a tag team type of thing. And then there's also the what if moments where you can go to a random part of the map and you can still do like Garlic Jr. at the lookout or something.
Yeah. It's Dragon Adventure was really cool about that.
Yeah, that's what that is. And they even took time like for the PSP games to do like the development and stuff of different characters. Like I think for like the second or third time on the or for the second time or third time maybe on the PSP games, that's when they actually started doing like the history of Trunks. I think
Shin Budokai Another Road. That's the first time we ever get Trunks fighting Majin Buu in a game.
Yes, sir.
And then that winds up being a thing in real life later. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then the only other time we got the history of Trunks saga was, and you brought it up earlier, Dragon Ball Z Sagas, which started as a GameCube exclusive. So like for as much as I don't love the games, I will praise absolutely the things that they did correctly that I absolutely love, because like that development, again, like I said, Trunks, Android 17, stuff like that is my favorite. And even with Sparking Zero, like we're going to get Super Saiyan Blue Goku versus Android 17. Like that's going to be part of the story, which is going to be really cool. Like the island is going to be like a fighting stage. Like that's going to be super dope. Android 17 versus Jiren, Android 7. Like, so now I do think I've grown to have an appreciation for so much of all of this now, because like, you know, this is how you give it up, like for the GOAT. Like, as much as I don't like DBZ, this, like, games like this are how you were absolutely supposed to give it up for like the best of a generation of anime. Like DBZ is the GOAT, like bar none. Don't care what anyone says. Don't care. Like that's it. So like this is how you give it up. Like you give us 160 something characters. You give us like all that.
I feel you on that. Like, and this is a series we really watched like grow through like so many different eras, right? Because like you have Tenkaichi 1 where it's like, yeah, you have all these characters, but you can't really transform. So you're like, okay, if I'm gonna pick Super Saiyan 2 Goku, I'm locked in as him. So watching it like transform in its own right through that franchise into like, oh no, this is this ultimate Dragon Ball flying around, throwing key blasts, beating somebody's ass, causing shockwaves in the air, all that experience, they took it really far. And if you think about the fact that they did all this in one console generation, like, yeah, we're getting Sparking Zero 17 years later, but they went PS2 and Wii. That's it. Like there wasn't like they had like these advancements. Raging Blast, yeah, that's cool, but like they had to get through these in order to even get to that later on, right?
Raging Blast was like 360 and PS3, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that was them saying like, let's try the Tenkaichi shit again, but it didn't really pop the way this did. You know, like we had already had this experience, and I think most people really were like, okay, either I'm gonna play it because I'm still buying Dragon Ball games, or they're like, I still got Tenkaichi 3, bro. Like I'm cool, because Tenkaichi 3 had way more characters anyway, you know.
Yeah, they were stopping at the Cell Saga, so it's just like I could play Budokai 1 for real and be perfectly fine.
Burst Limit, bro, they did us dirty with that series, man.
Yeah, and that was another one. I like the actual fighting mechanics. I enjoyed that game. Like I wanted more from Burst Limit. I thought like if we're gonna get a Dragon Ball Z fighter for that generation of console, Burst Limit should have been it, and then we stopped at Cell, and I like,
and it's
like
crazy.
At that point, we were 10 years without Dragon Ball content. So like, what do you mean you stop at Cell? That doesn't make sense.
Is that's something where that's literally a testament of that gaming era, right? That like late 2000s, early 2010s. Because if they had tried that now, that would have just been Dragon Ball Z Budokai remastered. You know what I'm saying? Like it is literally like they tried the same, like,
the 1 and 3 remaster. We did. I forgot about that. Yeah, we did.
Yeah. You know, and it's like they literally tried to push Burst Limit as this whole new game when it's like y'all are just doing the same cycle y'all did with the last games. And then for Raging Blast to be those two games and like, yeah, it's cool, y'all reanimated the Kurudugarn special, plan to eradicate the Saiyans or whatever. That's cool. But that's not really what people were looking for in the experience. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 and Tenkaichi 3 sort of already like set a standard that still decades later we're looking at them coming back to. Even with games like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 being successful for the past 10 years, Dragon Ball Fighters being successful for the past 6 years, right? Like, and these games are being still supported. Dragon Ball Kakarot for the past 4, right? We've got 4 new Dragon Ball games out that you can just jump into at any given time, and all of them are still being supported in one way or another. Like, it's never been like this. It's never been like this.
Yeah, and I think so much of it comes down to the era of anime that we're in too. Like, so much of it is, all of this is so much more popular. Like, we're adults now. We have the money. Like, we can put our money towards Dragon Ball Z and not like kids.
I think it also comes to the fact that like with Sparking Zero, we have new content to look forward to now. Like
Yeah.
they've set the precedence with these few games that have come out in the last few years, and like they've added the touches here and there, like Android 21 becoming a main character just from being in the game first. Like, that's one of those things where it's like, okay, but back then when we got Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and all of these other things, the things that we had to look forward to in these games weren't even like the main story. It was like what if stuff. Like when Raging Blast, when we get Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's not the main discussion for it, like Budokai Tenkaichi, but I'll say in Budokai Tenkaichi, the best things that we got from that,
encapsulates an era,
yeah,
bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'll say like we got Dragon Ball content in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Like it was streamlined for sure, but we got that. We got Orale, you know what I'm saying? Like
Devil Man, the General Blue, like man, like this was the first time where you had enough Dragon Ball characters to where it was like, oh, like no, you can literally play through the Dragon Ball saga,
Dog, we got Namu was in that game, wasn't
he? Yeah, he sure was.
Namu was in that game. And he had like a really cool ult too. Like a really, really cool ult if I remember.
Yeah, the one where he dives down at you. Yeah, man.
The shit he hit Goku with.
Yeah, man.
And I say like they made in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, like while the format for a lot of the characters may mostly be the same, they give like archetypes, which is what we're going to see in Sparking Zero, like the power, the technique. But in this one, you got scouter types where because they introduced the lock-on mechanic because of the fact that we have, this 3D environment that we have to move around. Like there's a lock-on mechanic, but like you said earlier, with Frieza not being able to detect ki, it becomes a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Like we have that. We have actual giants now. Apes are actually playable characters. You have
the androids.
Yeah, the android.
You can't lock on to them like easily. Like you can't sense them the way you can to other characters. And then with them being androids, they can't just like charge up.
Yeah,
they build all their energy through like fighting directly. Well, like it really brought like I think this is the first game where you felt like you were playing as Dragon Ball characters rather than like, oh, I'm playing as this character and I have this game's mechanics to work with it. You know what I'm saying?
And while they still had those type of mechanics, like with certain Dragon Ball characters, they couldn't fly. So like they're hovering when you knock them into the air, when you have to like jump into the air. Like that was a neat detail that I really love. Like, and they all have their different things. Like with Yajirobe, he might be skipping in the air. Kid Goku, when he's playable, he flies with his tail to like hover down like Diddy Kong. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different thing with all of these different characters and how they kind of feel like they're characters when you play as them. So it's never really like a dull moment when you come across them in either the story mode or in like the tournaments or everything like that. Not even like and I'll say like, I know I said this in a previous episode with the Budokai, but the unlocking of characters is a very lost art. And these games make a big effort, a very big effort to unlock characters, not just through story mode, but through all different kinds of ways and different modes. And I will say that's one thing that I do appreciate about these games. Like it may be tedious,
and that's something I really hope that they keep for Sparking Zero, right? Like let me have to play through to unlock stuff. Let me have to buy, like spend zenning on stuff, or hide characters behind wishes, hide stages behind wishes, hide costumes behind, you know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. Like make me have to experience every feature this game has to offer before I can say like, okay, I've got everything.
It increases the replayability of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that like, requiring people to play a game to unlock characters in this way, it's what the game needs. Like that it's what the game of gaming needs. Like we need a reason to keep coming back to a game. So like, can it get a little nebulous and annoying to do so? Absolutely. But like at the same time, like
I would rather do that than play DLC.
Like you're not supposed to do it all in a day anyway, right? Like
like I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna blow through this game in like 2 days. Like I got a job, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna like I have so much to do. And I can't I can't even imagine getting from like the Sand arc to like Dragon Ball Super. like in a week.
And even
Like that might take a while.
even for the kids, like if you're buying this for your kids or like for the young ones, there's going to be so much content in the game that you could just give them this and they'll just have a lot to run through in general. Like you don't have to worry
Oh, dog,
about
this would be a primo Christmas Day game, like for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Dog, like if
Oh,
my parents
yeah.
wanted to like get me to leave them alone, like hey, bruh, run that shit up.
Yeah, put that
Run
Budokai
that shit.
Tenkaichi right in
Yup.
front of you and just like,
Yup.
oh man, okay, I'm diving in. I'm
Yep.
diving in. Yeah.
Parents walk in at 4:00 in the morning, y'all knock the fuck out with the controllers in y'all hand.
Hell yeah. Especially, man, back in the day with these games, bro. My God, man. Like because like playing through it all sounds fun and just like, okay, I get to go through that entire experience. I remember my countless hours on Budokai Tenkaichi 1
Mhm.
trying to get past some of these missions where the clear condition is survive.
Yes.
Right? So you got Majin Buu coming at you like, I remember there's specifically a mission at the end of the Majin Buu saga. You're playing as Fat Buu and you're supposed to survive while Goku charges up the Spirit Bomb, and you're playing against Kid Buu. And that mission is damn near impossible to just survive through. Like your hits do nothing to Kid Buu.
Too.
Yep. Yes. Yep. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're playing as Fat Buu, so you're expecting, because it's a Majin Buu character, oh, my health's gonna replenish because that's what it naturally does to all the Buu characters. No, not you. Not you. Kid Buu, yeah. Sure. Not you.
Yeah. Or the one where you were in when you were Vegito and you let the barrier down and then you split back into Goku and Vegeta and you're losing health fighting Super Buu inside before you turn into Kid Buu. Oh, man.
And the clear condition just be survive for 2 minutes. And it's just like, bro, like, how am I supposed to? Nah, man. Like that was, we talk about like an era where like games were just like harder, just like on a general aspect. Man, that was really tough. Budokai Tenkaichi, the first, made you really work for all their characters.
Yeah. So I remember. So you know what made that game even more difficult for me and my best friend? So of course, like I had an older brother, so like he did not let me use the memory card for whatever reason.
Oh no!
So, yeah. Me and my best friend would just have to leave that joint on.
Oh fuck, bro.
Yeah, we just leave the
I had
PlayStation
an uncle
on.
that was like my older, like he would never let me, but that was only on the weekends when I would like go visit my grandma. If I was at home, shit, I got my shit here. That's too much. In the house.
I got so when we first got our PlayStations, we got the first PlayStations in America because my uncle is Bismarcky.
I remember you mentioning this.
Yeah, he was sponsored by Sony and Sprite. So we got the first PlayStations that came out in America, but like we didn't get like any of the accessories because they like didn't really have any for real. So like we had a PS1 memory card, but it was like only 8 megabytes. So like we couldn't save like an actual game. So me and my best friend, we would literally like leave, like we would unlock characters like every week when we would sleep over at each other's houses, and then like just leave it on for the week and then come back, and then like if it was fucked up, it was fucked up.
Hey man, look, the early 2000s was a time, boy. Cause man.
That's really
one up for all my folks that had to leave the GameCube on to get Mewtwo. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a time back in the day, bro.
Oh man, wow, I forgot about that one.
Number 2 killer.
Listen. Yeah. Look, if y'all was there in the trenches with us, shouts out to y'all listening because
we big trench babies.
Look, it wasn't as simple as just my console got the hard drive and maybe I can erase a game off of it and make sure I got space. Nah, man. Like you were erasing entire like game progress, bro. Like you said, with that 8 megabyte early on, forget about it, bro. You were gonna have maybe 10 games on there.
Yeah, we were saving, bro. The games saved on my PlayStation 1 for real were Jade Cocoon, Mega Man, the the really cool one that didn't get a third game.
Legends.
Mega Man World 2.
Mega Man Legends. Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 and like
Oh, and I
Legends
know
of
you had
Legaia.
more than one save on Final Fantasy 7.
Dog,
You know
I
what I'm
had,
saying?
17
Like,
joints.
exactly. So there goes all your space there.
Yeah, and I'm not deleting one of those. Like, what if I want to go? Like, bro,
What if I want to go back to Calm? Yeah.
because like I'm not restarting the whole. Yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. I want to go just back to fight the Ruby Weapon. I don't want to have to beat it. I just want the option.
Right.
Yeah.
See, you get it. See, like I said, real trench babies when it comes to the video games.
The evolution of the Tenkaichi series, though, like, and it because like even now, just saying it, like, it blew my mind when I was like, damn, this was all in the same like console generation. They really pushed as far as they could go. Like, shouts out to game developers back in the day with their like compression, bro. Because like the fact that Sparking Zero is only gonna have a base roster that's like only really 20 characters more than a game that came out 17 years ago. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about
that means they were doing good fucking work 17 years ago.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Exactly what that means. It means they were doing great fucking work 17 years ago.
And it's like it can't go without being said. The Tenkaichi series is one that's well loved, like even to today, bro. Shouts out to the Latin American fans because they done took Tenkaichi 3 to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Like,
I saw Bobby Hill fighting Bad Bunny the other day.
There are a lot of crazy mods out there, bro. A lot of them, man.
So what is Tenkaichi 4 like?
Yeah.
Tenkaichi 4, I love, bro. The Tenkaichi 4 is like basically the one like main mod that like it doesn't go like crazy with all the different like guest characters. It's like it really tries to keep it as though like Tenkaichi 3 came out today, right? So you're playing on Tenkaichi 3, but the story mode goes through Dragon Ball Super, and it has the Dragon Ball Super Saga, and you can play Battle of Gods or Resurrection F or the Future Trunks Saga or Universe Survival. And much like Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had, like these guys took audio clips from the show and just like put it in there. So like the characters are standing there and like they're doing the whole like you know what I mean, like Gohan's challenging Goku before the tournament, and then he's like saying like, yo, I want to get this form greater than anything that everybody's ever seen. And it does the famous battle between Gohan and Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and you got to go through that whole thing. And like the story triggers, bro. No, it goes. Cell Max is in all the superhero characters. All of that is in there, bro.
Oh, it's all there. Oh my gosh,
it's all in there. Yeah, man. Budokai Tenkaichi 4 is crazy because they come out with regular updates for it. I just downloaded the latest one like last week. They are constantly putting more in there. What I really like about Tenkaichi 4 is that it's not just like it is a reskin, but it feels new. Like, you know how in Tenkaichi 3, if you did a beam clash, you were suffering to do this over and over, right? So for a quality of life update, they made it to where you're just tapping a button. It does. Yeah, they got rid of the entire like twirling. You're just tapping a button.
Okay. No, I like that.
You know how in the story, sometimes the quick time event would make you like clash against somebody and go
right,
and you have to press the little button. That can happen in a real just fight rather than just being in
the
story.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
You know, like that's how you do it. But yeah, man, like those little moments can be put in like your regular battles as opposed to it just being a part of when you're playing that one story mission that had that event happen. The fact that you can go in as Trunks and he now has like Super Saiyan Rage on top of Super Saiyan 2, and like you've got Ultra Instinct Goku. Like it's very much like as though the devs of Sparking Zero were like, yo, like what are these guys up to? Because we want to just do that in modern day. Because somebody at Bandai saw the video and was like, we didn't put Jiren in that game in 2007, right? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody saw a video and was like, how the fuck is this happening? You know?
That wasn't us, was it?
Because it just looks
Dragon Ball. They are like notoriously forgetful. Like,
yeah, right.
So,
like, was Beerus around then? Like, for real?
I wouldn't be shocked if they thought so. Like that's kind of cool for us because like
yeah.
Yeah,
like they saw Tenkaichi 4 for a little bit and we're like, oh no, that was definitely a game we made for sure. And then like they were like, no, actually, no. Call up the devs. Let's see if they're busy.
Files, actually.
Yeah, right.
Actually not there.
They literally just built on top of Tenkaichi 3 and made an entirely fresh and new experience. Like it's great. It's great. I would highly recommend y'all, like, if for those of y'all who are into playing emulated games, if you got the PS2 emulator, just type in Team BT4 on Google. It's going to be like the first page you see. They'll have what you need to get into playing it. But it's a great experience. I love it, man. It's held me down all the way till Sparking Zero, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Sparking Zero's
like I feel like there are gonna be people that are still going to play this because they're gonna be
Absolutely.
like, but I can't play as Beast Gohan in Sparking Zero right now, though.
Mm-hmm. And it'll be like the people who play Project M, like even though every other form of Smash exists. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's the same type of audience. Is that Project M type audience, right?
I'm disgusted.
And that's what I'm excited about for like the PC release, man. Because mods on Sparking Zero, you already know by the end of the month we're gonna have Granola and Moro and all these guys, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Forget about it.
Yeah, folks in Mexico are whipping it up. The assets right now. You already know, bro.
Meant to say they don't name Walter White over there. I love it.
Hell yeah. They got a whole team of dudes like just coding shit. The cartel, I bet you. What?
A coding cartel.
If we pay attention to like, you know what I'm saying, like certain news sources, they're going to be like, this was the slowest day in cartel history on October the 5th, bro. You know what I'm saying? All the cartels is going to be like, oh yeah, we ain't doing nothing. We busy. It's Goku.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's Goku. It's Goku. Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm here for that.
Now,
can't wait. Yeah, no, this is going to be this might be like life-changing trajectory, like for this game, just because like my little brother, he is 15, and he does not like Dragon Ball Z. Like
that's natural. That makes sense. Yeah.
He's a Bungo Stray Dogs, Yu Yu Hakusho, like Hunter x Hunter, like he's like. He likes the same stuff I like.
But it's like it's just a different generation. Yeah,
it's a generational thing. Like he don't even like Dragon Ball Z Abridged, which is like crazy. And so like I told him like, yo, like we're gonna get into this. There was one time I took him to a arcade bar, and we played Street Fighter, not Street Fighter, MVC2 for the first time. He played MVC2 for the first time. And he was like, yo, like, these are the games y'all had when you were little. It's like, why do you play games now? And I was just like, bro.
They don't make them like this no more.
You have asked you have asked a fantastic question, my brother. You've asked.
That's why people love fighters. Because they were like, yo, this is MVC2, but for Dragon Ball. And we just imagine that forever. You know what I'm saying?
I tried to put him on the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament, and he was not having it.
Yo, okay. So I get that because that's one of those you gotta be a sweaty like fighting game player.
Oh no, that game
to like
awful.
Really, yeah. Like
I like the one from Japan, Fight Forever or whatever.
Yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho Forever is it. That's it. Yeah.
That's my shit for real.
Yeah, Dark Tournament. You'll be in there just
bro. They put
click clacking and you're not doing shit.
Yeah, they put McIntyre in the game, bro. I don't need their input on anything. Like, why would you put McIntyre in that fucking game?
Dead ass. Like they was like the devs were like, all right, hey man, who we gonna do? We gonna do Jin, Toya, or McIntyre? And you know that nigga was in the back like, I gotta have McIntyre.
There's just the one dude who had a little bit too much pull in the room.
Yeah.
Oh man, what an
this is just a love letter to the late 2000 PS2 era of games, anime games in general, for real, bro. Like that era, I want it to come back. I want devs to just to go to Bandai and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this thing. Give me the money to do the thing." And Bandai goes, "Here's the money. Do the thing." That's why we got so many games that we could talk about today in 2024 and be like, "Damn, I missed that," or like, "Whoa, hang on, they did that," you know? Because when we're in this cycle of like, okay, one anime gets one game every 3 years. And if that game fucking sucks, then people are going to be like, okay, I don't want another anime from this game. But if it's like how it was in the early 2000s, where it's like, okay, we got the Hunter x Hunter adventure game, we got the Hunter x Hunter puzzle game, we got the Hunter x Hunter fighter. You have at it, you get into the one that's for you, right? If it was more like that, I feel like we wouldn't talk about anime games as passe, because then we'd be able to look at it and be like, no, it really is how it was back in the day, where, you know what I'm saying, you had your light novel or fucking, you know, like whatever the fuck, and there was every option available for anime fans.
I think the problem is now, like, a lot of the anime that get games, like, they aren't major, so they get mobile games instead, or they get mobile crossovers. So, like, they just want to throw it out and be like, hey, you know, you're a fan of this? Go check out what we put in this game that we already made, and this bubble pop game or whatever.
Yeah, here's your Jujutsu Kaisen Puzzle and Dragons collab.
Yeah,
and I would play Jujutsu Kaisen puzzle game so hard. Like, if I had to do a puzzle to open a domain expansion, I would be so happy.
That's what I'm talking about. Instead of it being a collab, just give me the game that's built around Jujutsu Kaisen that play like, yeah, it could play like Puyo all it wants to, but if it explains it in the sense where it's like, yes, but these help you get through the domain, and now that the barrier is broken, now I can do a sure hit with this little puzzle, but it's still the same thing, I'm gonna be more excited to play that. Yeah.
So there is a Jujutsu Kaisen mobile game that is coming out though.
Yeah,
but
see, that's the.
I will never play a mobile game, honestly.
And that's the thing,
I'm not
bro.
that much of an iPad. Like I'm not my little brother. I cannot do iPad
because
like
everybody knows.
Yeah,
you're gonna wind up buying something. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna wind up having to pay to.
I cannot.
Do and that's. I don't want to take it to Jujutsu Kaisen, but that's why Jujutsu Kaisen has the reputation it has for games right now. The one time they did a game, it was just ass.
Wasn't it the one for PlayStation 4?
Arena
First Clash, yes.
Arena Fighter or mobile game. Those are your two options.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's the thing, right? Is Arena Fighter is such a bad word now. But like, the most popular fucking anime game that's about to come out right now is like the granddaddy of Arena Fighters. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really have them like that when Tenkaichi 1 first came out, right? And there are good examples.
We had Ultimate Ninja.
What's
like? But I was getting ready to say we had Ultimate Ninja. We had Clash of Ninja on game.
Clash of Ninja, and see, and that's what I'm talking about.
4-person game. Yeah,
there was that era where we had options. You get what I'm saying?
We did have a lot of options for
and Dragon Ball is the only game we got options for now. It's the only anime we got. Gundam.
Mm-hmm. Those Gundam games have been really good. But Gundam games have historically been fantastic.
Boy,
Custom Robo for GameCube.
Listen, bro, I need another one of them. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Play Gundam Breaker 4, partner. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, no, I still have Custom Robo. I can let you borrow it. Yeah, I have 2 copies, bro. We can get you custom.
It's cold. It's cold, man.
Custom Robo is cold as fuck.
Because what is it? The only thing with One Piece now, like they try something new with One Piece every now and again. It'll be an RPG or it's the warrior style. So it's like that's because One Piece is such a moneymaker, they can afford to take different avenues, but they still don't stray far from what they know is the bread and butter, which is the Warriors games. So like,
and that's what I'm saying, man. We need it like 2004.
I just want them to try, like, you know, like I just want the attempt, but I guess that's kind of what the problem is with gaming and so many different aspects of art now is like nobody's really allowed to try to do things. Everything has to make money.
Everything has to be a safe bet.
Yeah, which is not great for the arts, I think. Well, I know it's not great for the arts, but I wish we were able to try like different eras of games and things like that are exactly what we should be doing, and we should be encouraging people to create.
Now, I'm not
For
upset
sure.
at Sparking Zero for
No,
it's for what
no,
it,
this is good for us.
yes, it's pushing something new to a new generation that hasn't seen this type of gameplay in a long ass time. So like for what it's worth, as long as they give us all the modes and the different ways to unlock characters and everything, it's good. But I think for the future of other anime style, not fighting games, anime style games in general, like they just need to try a little bit more. Look at this game, see what it works, see what the other games do that work. You know what I'm saying? See what it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a fairy tale RPG coming out, but it's fairy tale. There's
Yeah.
always a Sword Art Online game that's coming out.
No,
And see, that's the thing, right? Is that like those are already one is literally an RPG anime, and then the other one is works like an RPG already, right?
say honestly,
So
bro.
like but they can make these little safe bets with those games and be like, okay, yeah, our fairy tale RPG, yeah, why not? It's already a group of classed characters, right? Uh, I want something where it's like, nah, like let's go back to how it was. We can have a Jujutsu Kaisen RPG, right? Where it's like, oh, like I have this
Go on
style with the
cursed
character. They
missions,
could do it.
like
They could do all kinds of different shit. You could have a strategy RPG with that, it would work. You could have an action RPG with that, it would work. You could do turn based, it will work. Like we need to have more
You know,
creativity within these series.
so it's funny. We've talked about anime games, and we haven't said like the mother of all anime games. We haven't said anything about Pokemon. It's so funny that you talk about the different styles of RPG. It's the one for DS, and it's like almost like
are you talking about
the
Conquest?
feudal era Pokemon. Yeah.
Pokemon
Yeah,
Conquest, yeah, where
Yeah.
they mixed where
Yes.
basically that was there like
tactics.
mixed with warriors and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms with
Yeah.
or rather Samurai Warriors with Pokemon. That was an
Yeah.
amazing game. I always wanted them to go back to that. Always
Same.
wanted them to
So
go back to that.
the closest we got to that was what's it called? I
like
can't even think of
Mystery
the
Dungeon
the,
is
the
like the
one we
only
just
one.
played with like Garatina. What the fuck is it called? You're throwing
The one for the
acorns and shit.
GameCube.
No, I know XD and whatnot. The one
Oh,
for
okay.
Switch. Um,
Legends Arceus, is that it?
Legend.
Arceus. Oh my
Jesus.
god, I love that game.
Yeah.
Love that damn game.
Dog, I just had my brain is just not
But
giving
like
me
that
what's
game, like there was a run where I just like fuck using Pokemon. I'm gonna just dodge roll and throw rocks and like because they gave you that
Yeah,
option.
man.
Like,
Oh yeah, no, I was just pissing Pokemon off for sure, like for hours on end.
It's like I'm gonna see how long Snorlax will chase me.
mhm.
Like honestly, just more Looney Tunes shenanigans in video games.
Yeah.
It would make us all happy.
Before we get out of here, are there any things that you guys like about the Budokai Tenkaichi series that you just haven't spoken about yet? That you would like to see in Sparking Zero, or maybe come back in a future game? Modes, because I'll say like with Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I'm glad that they kind of streamlined it after so many years of just like going through the same arcs over and over, and they just give you like a quick paragraph of what this is going to be about, and then you just jump into it. You can switch out characters and everything, or But are there any type of modes that you guys would like to see come back?
Yeah, that stacked battle mode, like the ladder mode.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the tower
mhm.
mode.
Muscle Tower.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to see Muscle Tower back. And then the RPG circle that you use in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 to level up.
Mhm.
I think we should like really bring that back, and we should really try to bring some diversity into how we interact with these Dragon Ball Z characters, because like now we should be able to build some. Or I want to, we probably won't, but the right builds for characters. So like Android 17 probably shouldn't have like an energy category, but he probably should have like a durability category or a strength
Yeah.
category or something like that. Just some stuff to put a little bit more design into, or put a little bit more effort into the explanation of characters that maybe might be headcanon for some of us, but like like I should be able to like put all my stats into Birder being fast if I want to. Just little stuff like that.
The
That's
customization of like the different items and being able to say like, oh no, like,
right.
I'm gonna put these ones that make my own custom version. Yeah.
Being able to use a capsule in the middle of a fight, like when you press down on the D-pad twice, like just little stuff that makes it feel we're a bit more immersed in the world of Dragon Ball Z.
I can dig that. What about you, Jay?
What I really want back from the old games is that I want there to be, I know they've told us that we have these like what if branches, but like I really want there to be characters that are like, like they're only included in this little area, right? Like, you would get back in the old days where it was like the Tienchas, right? Or like
Goku.
Goku, yeah, stuff like that. Like I want to see Gokan, right? Like I want to see that what if in this game. I want to see like those like, oh god, like what if future Trunks and Gohan and future Gohan had like both fought against Majin Buu or wherever the fuck, right? Like all those sorts of
like the
things,
the Patara earrings. That was
something like that, right? Like I want to see those little like what if only characters that are also made for Sparking Zero, and I think that's probably like one of the things that like as if I would like to hope that they've been hiding plenty from us.
There's no way they don't bring that back. Like
yeah,
for as much as we can critique this era of gaming, it is very very like clear that the people who develop these games very much look into what fans want, and like that's been ever since Sparking Zero got announced. Like I've been seeing Goku like I've been seeing all that like so much. So there's no way that doesn't come back.
I definitely need that, and I know that it's already been confirmed, but I'm really excited for the little glossary of characters, because this time it's gonna be like Chi-Chi and Bulma and Android 18 talking. I'm excited just to see like what's gonna happen when I go to like Golden Frieza's thing and like what do they say about the character and stuff like that. Like I know that's gonna be in there, but I'm just excited they kept it over.
Yeah, I feel it. I think for me, the one thing I would like to see is like that challenge mode where you get put up into like certain different little matches, or even like do this with a tournament of power where it's a tournament mode, but you get to pick out your 10 characters and just go through the gauntlet of 100 characters because it's gonna be
They should definitely let us do that too. Like a tournament of power mode. If they don't do that, I feel like this game might be
that's lost money.
Like you've pissed me off in the worst way. And I want to run on Snake Way.
I would like that.
I feel like that would be more of a Kakarot thing.
No, I know.
But
I
get what you say. I get what you say.
I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to fight Princess Snake. It's time to bring back those stupid filler characters. Like it's time to bring back Mez and Gaz, and like I need all the stupid shit. And I want to fight the dinosaur when Gohan was the Great Saiyan. Like I demand that.
Bring him back as a giant character. I wouldn't be upset at that. Listen.
Yeah, like I demand that I get to be the Great Saiyan Man and go to high school.
All right. So my question here to y'all is this, right? We already know the first like 20 DLC characters are gonna be from Daima and Superhero. I don't care about who those 20 are. We can already kind of surmise it. Everybody that was new in Superhero is gonna be there. What about Season Pass 2 though?
Yeah.
Who do y'all want to see in Season Pass 2? I don't give a fuck how unrealistic or realistic it sounds. Who do you want?
Oh man, listen. I'll take Jocko first off because I think he's the most realistic, and he hasn't been announced. And then I'll go somewhere like motherfucking. Do we have Demon King Piccolo or a Tambourine in yet?
No.
No, but they'll probably be in DLC. Yeah, they'll be
Yeah,
there.
pack 2.
Like
They
that.
gotta be.
Get a little bit more ridiculous. I don't like that one.
Oh shit.
That's too easy.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
no, Demon King Piccolo, he'll definitely be there. Come on, bro.
They give us the angels. Give us Zeno. Fuck it. Like give us some of them. Give us the super what is not superhero, but Dragon Ball Heroes characters. What's the guy with the mask on his face? Kappa or
Mass
yeah,
Saiyan. Yeah.
or
yeah,
even
yeah.
what's his name?
Or like the Crimson Mass
Yeah.
Saiyan, where it's like Goku Black with the mask
Yeah.
on. And he goes with the long Super Saiyan 3
Yeah.
hair and shit. Yeah.
I'm trying to think about.
I definitely need those Dragon Ball Heroes guys in.
Vegeta brother.
Tarble. I want us to get ridiculous with it, bro. There was a character that was like in a one-off game from the 90s named like Majino Zoto. Like, I want that dude in. Like, they just brought him back for Heroes out of nowhere last year. I want him in, bro.
Okay,
I want
Beelzebub, like I was saying a couple weeks ago.
yeah, I want Beelzebub from Sandland in, bro. I want I definitely want like a couple of other like Toriyama works.
Chrono,
You know what I'm saying? Like to be like
Say Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. Need that.
bro. Yeah. The Heroes guys for sure, man. Like all those Heroes variants, I need those.
Yeah. I need Monica. Like Monica, duh.
That'll be hilarious. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Monaco would be crazy.
Yeah,
because you could customize him and just be real nuts with it, bro.
Yep.
What's the
I need adult Goten and Trunks.
Yeah. Teen Goten and Trunks, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they will be in there with the superhero.
They'll have to be a reskin or something.
I know it's not realistic, but fuck it, bro. The heaters. I need gas. I need a leg.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck how realistic it sounds. Yeah. Listen.
I'm
imagining a world.
The Parappa brothers from GT.
And
Ludo,
my god, the Power brothers. Oh my god, the Power brothers. That's too much.
Fuck it, Giru then. You know what? Fuck it, Giru.
I want
Sugo and Roku. Shit, man. Yeah, the Gods of Destruction, all of them. Bro,
let me see.
Granola, Moro. 7-3. I want 7-3.
7-3
in the game. 7-3. Listen, you want to talk about the rawest character that we've gotten in like new Dragon Ball? That's like never, like nobody talk about how raw 7-3 is, bro.
Yeah,
like 7-3 was that nigga. I need him in one of these games.
I definitely want. I want Beast Gohan, but I don't want him.
He's gonna be there.
Super Gohan, the one that does the shield in the Moral arc. You know what I'm saying? The reflective shield.
Oh yeah. Yo, yeah. The Z fighters were actually raw again during that fight on Earth. Yeah. I want Dragon Ball Super Granola Saga Krillin, bro. I want him. Yeah.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm so dead.
Yeah, man. That's they could really go all over with it. As long as Orale's in the game, by the time it's all said and done, it's a complete game to me.
Yes, that's a fact. Honestly.
Yeah, and honestly, like whether they want to or not, they need to put the Beelzebub characters there. Like,
okay, I'll tell you. Here's my insane one. Will never happen, but I need it. I need the Square Enix collab. I need Chrono.
Yeah, I said that.
I need Chrono in this bitch, bro.
Dragon Quest too, since we're
Give us a hero.
Yeah.
They look. If anything, give us the costumes. If you can't do it, give us the costumes, bro. Like,
if you give me Tapion as a Dragon Ball or as a Dragon Quest hero, I'm fine.
You get Tapion as the Chrono Trigger, and then Trunks as Dragon Quest 11. Like,
there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah, man.
Oh man, it's only a week away. It's literally.
We are less than a week away, bro.
Yeah. You already got it pre-ordered, everything?
Oh, you already know. Yeah.
Oh, I don't yet.
Yeah.
I don't yet at
Oh
all.
yeah.
That might be a first.
Oh yeah. I took that week off. I'm in it, man. I'm in it.
We're gonna record that last episode of the HD games, and then probably that night Jay might be on. I'm gonna go pick it up from Best Buy.
Crying.
Oh, I'm just waiting for Steam to turn it on for me, bro. I'm just waiting for Steam to turn it on for me.
That's great. No, I love that.
I'm gonna plug up the computer to the TV, man. This is gonna be serious.
Oh hell yeah!
Jay, I might have to ask you to pull up, man, because
oh, gladly, bro. I'm off that whole week. Gladly.
I'm already scheduling my time off for the rest of the year for every games. Like,
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Sid, thank you for joining us. It is always a pleasure to have you, man.
Yeah, man. Loved having you here, dog.
Always. Whenever y'all need me, I'm a call away.
Heard.
Yeah. And like I said, we got the HD games coming up next week. We're gonna be talking through the last little bit, Fighters, Kakarot, anything that we haven't covered that's coming out or that has come out in the last few. I want to talk about that Project Multi and
oh yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'll ask you about that later. Yeah.
It's not it. It's not it, bro. It's not it. It's not it.
We'll talk about that next week. Thank you guys for listening. Be sure to follow the Lookout RNC on all of our different socials. We are on Twitter. We are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Go ahead and follow us on Spotify. We're on Apple, Google Podcast, wherever you can find podcasts. Please make sure to follow us on YouTube, especially. Subscribe. We are at 380 subscribers right now. We need to, push that up a little bit, man. Go ahead and hit that button.
Get that up. Yeah. Hit that thumbs up, man.
But until next time, stay plugged in.
Y'all be easy.